fruit is the hero, crispy puff pastry, beautiful caramel sauce, and vanilla ice cream. Let's get started. First of all is really good apples. Now, we've got Golden Delicious here. If Golden Delicious apples aren't available, just find an apple, you know where it came from, and you know that it's in season. If it tastes good, you're going to be able to cook with it. So the first thing you're going to do is taste the apple. We take around about 2.5 apples per tart. The tarts are individual. We're going to make it exactly the same way that we made it in Marco's restaurant all those years ago. 3 Michelin star, remember that, 3 Michelin star tart.
That's crazy.
Reynolds, come around here.
There you are, Reynolds. Dog, come here. Come on, MG. MG.
I've taken the ends off the apple, okay? So it sits flat. I want you to peel the apple, okay? Okay, this part you've got to work quick because we don't want the apples to oxidise. So, take 3 sides. So we're left with the core like that, okay? Why do we do that? That'll become a little bit more apparent to you when we actually build the tart, okay? But I call them cheeks, right? Does that make sense? Yep, right. You take your apples, okay? So, take your cheeks, okay? You are going to be cutting a disc. Okay, this is going to go in the centre of the tart, and then you just actually beveling the bottom. Okay, just like that, so it sits nicely in the tart. Ideally, that should be a perfect circle. Okay. All right, puff pastry. Puff pastry is important in terms of I've used some trimmings. Okay, really cold puff pastry trimmings, and then I've just put them back into a dough carefully, and then I've rolled it to around about 3 mil thick, so quite thin. We'll work with a sheet each. All you simply do is press that down. Just a nice lovely disc, okay? Keep it on your baking paper, okay? Now, first of all, we are going to score the pastry so it doesn't rise and displace the apple that we're going to put on. Next, we're going to flute the pastry. Now, I put my finger down and I run an angle across it, okay? And I'm turning it. You happy with this, Marco?
Yeah, beautiful.
Seems you're still the apprentice.
He's made more of them than I have, that's for sure.
And you know, someone who said always the apprentice? I will always be the apprentice. What do you think? You're getting it there? This is an important skill for you to learn. Your finger, okay?
There you go.
Lovely.
How good's that?
Okay.
Can't even tell the difference.
You should swap them over now.
Yeah. Here we go.
There you are.
That's a great job.
Got to make you look like a star, Reynolds.
Okay. Now, ideally now, back in the fridge.
Yep.
Okay? This is going to put Reynolds under extreme amount of pressure. We're going to take our cheeks, okay? We're cutting across the cheek. And it's got to be paper thin. Paper thin. Now, you see the scar? That's how I learnt. That scar is the reminder of the restaurant at the Park Hyatt Hotel. It'll always be there. It's like a tattoo. Okay. Thin knife. Super, super sharp. Okay? Right, Reynolds? Yep. Okay. Tip of the knife. You just, once you start at the cheek, Reynolds, you keep going. Your concentration is all about this apple cheek.
Wow.
Okay? Paper thin. So let's have a look here. Okay, so you just got to get all the layers looking like that. Okay, all right, let's go.
Come on, Reynolds. Do it, Reynolds.
There you are.
Okay, time to put everything together. Well done. Come a little closer. I want to show you. Okay, we are now fanning and shaping the apple.
Wow, that's so
Okay? Okay.
Yeah, Reynolds.
You okay there, Reynolds?
Not as thin as yours.
No, that's okay. That's
Don't worry
okay.
about it.
That's
Don't
okay.
panic.
Yeah, that's all right. You'll see that this recipe has a little bit of forgiveness in it, okay?
Genius, Reynolds.
Now, I've got my little piece of apple that we cut earlier into the centre, okay? On baking tray, okay? What we're going to do now is sprinkle some sugar, about, I would say, half a tablespoon of caster sugar, some butter. So we've got some local butter here from Myrtleford in Victoria. Okay, now we've got an oven preheated, 220 degrees. Very hot, particularly you want a lot of bottom heat, okay? In for around about 15 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes, check it. Reynold, thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Hope we ignited some passion there of cutting apples.
Definitely.
Back in the
I
line,
thought
mate.
you did fantastic. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I definitely did. It was good fun. Thank you.
Now for caramel sauce. Very, very simple. We all know the ingredients in caramel sauce. That's 200 grams of caster sugar, 50 mils of water, and 260 mils of cream. Already got it started here. Okay, the sugar and the water has come up to the boil. We get our consistency by taste and appearance, but taste is important. It's got a nice bitterness to it.
That bittersweet.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, that tart should be ready to get out of the oven and flip it over. Now we know the tarts have gone nice and golden. Just a little shot of Grand Marnier over the top.
Put a little bit more, but just to glaze it.
Okay.
Just to glaze it, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit dull.
When you're with Marco, you put more, okay? Yep, that's... Okay, flip. Now for another about, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, but you want colour on that apple. That'll define the beautiful slices that we've got. That's an extra 5 minutes. Time to get it out of the oven. Okay, we're ready to plate up. Put some caramel sauce.
Good colour.
I'll get the ice cream. Just push it down a little. Okay.
Delicious, eh?
Thank you, Marco. Now, everyone's got to have a taste of this. Come on, dig in. Just pick that apple tart up, just like you're an 8-year-old in your grandmother's house. You know, just that's the way this should be eaten. What are you tasting?
It's really delicious. Yeah, it's definitely inspiring. Like, I know how to do all of those things. So yeah, just putting it together, and it is simple, but knowing that it still is absolutely delicious.
Good, good.
Some more.
Yes, please.
The intensity of the apple. Amazing, isn't it?
This is a restaurant technique. But I think the message is so important here that there's very few ingredients here. There's less is more, okay?
Delicious, well done.
Thank you, Marco.
So we've got 50 grams of arborio rice. That goes into a pot. We've got 1 cinnamon quill. We've got 2 star anise, okay? And a couple of clove. Milk. We've got 500 mils of milk. Goes into the pot. We've got cream, 125 mils. Zest of lemon, 3 lemons, couple of oranges. We'll turn that on and cook it really gently for 20 minutes, and then we'll add the 75 grams of sugar right at the end once the rice is super soft. Then we'll puree. All right, pumpkin ice cream. Pumpkin vanilla butter, all right? Anglaise base. Gary's shown you how to make an anglaise base. It's a basic anglaise base. The only difference is when I infused the milk, I infused it with salted pumpkin seeds to give it that extra boost of pumpkininess. Is that a word?
It is now.
All right, so puree, butter, lots of it. pumpkin, grated butternut pumpkin. Why do I grate it for, Byron?
You want it to cook more quickly and to hold in the flavour.
That's right. The quicker we maximise flavour, what we end up with is a result of pumpkin that tastes more pumpkiny. Okay. Right, pumpkin, vanilla pods. Okay. And we'll just cook that down so it's nice and soft. And again, puree until it's tender, and then that mixture gets folded into our anglaise. From there, into our ice cream machine, until it's nice and smooth and set. So, rice pudding, it's on, it's happening. Pumpkin puree, it's on, it's happening. Now to a little chocolate aero bar. Okay, so I've got 500 grams of milk chocolate that I've just melted. I add to that 50 mils of grapeseed oil. Okay. The ISI gun, the gas gun. All right, that goes in. Okay, we need to charge this. How's that, Jamie? Is it good?
Good.
I've got the...
Yeah, all over it.
Now, this is the important bit. Super chilled tray. Super chilled and cold. You squirt that into a cold tray and you go as high up as possible. And then straight back in to the freezer, okay? That will take about 10 to 15 minutes once that's done. All right, let's plate this baby up. So the rice puree, that mixture there, tender, pureed into the Thermomix, popped into a bag, done. Rice cream goes down first. Right, what do we reckon this is?
Salted caramel.
Salty caramel, yeah, it is. Now I've got a couple of other little bits and bobs here. I've got some pumpkin seeds that I've just salted and roasted, okay? And they go into the jar for texture. Now I've got here some rosewater biscuit. Basically it's a little shortbread. Here's an aero bar I made earlier. Chocolate aero. So good. And see it's all bubbly inside?
Wow. Yum.
Right, chocolate aero goes in. I just crumbled that in. Our pumpkin ice cream. Remember, it's that anglaise and puree. That goes in. And then finally, I've got some puffed wild rice that I've tossed in gold, okay? All right, now I want a hint of smoke to this dish. Pumpkin, smokiness. So basically, pop the lid over it, hence why I've plated it up in that. So I'm just getting the hickory smoke happening here. It's gonna add a little bit of theatre to the dessert, but most importantly, flavour. Done. You can imagine this comes to the table and then we open it up and voila. Right guys, come and taste. Spoon each, boom boom, let's go. Get a bit of everything. Byron? Make you happy?
It's almost got like a toasted marshmallow taste with that smoke.
Yeah, from the smokiness.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But it's not just sweet, it's got lots of background earthy flavours in there and it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Cool. All right, guys.
So I've just broken the cardamom pods and got all the seeds in there. So I've got pistachios, I've got cardamom, they go in the food processor, and I'm just gonna work them to, like I'd say, coarse powder. Okay. So this is what you want. So it's a powder with little bits inside. And I'm gonna add my semolina, that's 170 grams. And some ground almonds, 100 grams. Baking powder, that's 1 1/4 teaspoons. And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And now I'm literally just gonna pulse, so it just needs to come together. These are all my dry ingredients. So a really nice cardamom-y, nutty mix. I've got butter and sugar. So it's 300 grams of unsalted butter and 330 grams of caster sugar, 4 eggs. And I'm gonna start slowly. And as soon as it comes together, you start adding your eggs gradually. You can see it looks a bit split, but it comes together very quickly soon, and that really is part of the process. Just gonna grate some lemon zest, lemon, pistachio. I mean, the best thing. So you got all the dry ingredients, they're all in there. And I'm gonna add some lemon juice. Just half a teaspoon of vanilla. Put 2 tablespoons of the rose water. And it may sound a lot, but you'll see on this cake in particular, it really is necessary. But when I say rose water, I mean the really good stuff, often from Lebanon. And then you just want to bring it together nicely. And this is a 23 centimeter cake tin. I'm going to pop this cake in the oven. And while that is happening, we're going to make syrup, cream, and some rose petals.
In terms of how long that cake gonna take, what's the oven temperature and how long?
So
is
it's
it gonna
160, roughly 55 minutes. And the sugar syrup should be just ready to go as soon as the cake comes out of the oven. In the syrup, I've got 100 mils of lemon juice, 80 mils of rose water, and 100 grams of caster sugar. Now we're gonna quickly do some rose petals. So, how nice is that? To cook with something so fragrant and so beautiful, I mean, what a joy. Do you want to do the cream?
And so what's that? That's 200 grams of, you're using Greek yogurt and creme fraiche?
Yeah,
You
so I
some
want a
acidity?
lot of acidity there. I want it to be sharp because the cake is sweet.
You're putting a little bit of sugar, aren't you, into this cream? A
You just
tablespoon,
think
right?
about it. I often say, you know, even if you've got something really sweet, if someone's going to have a bite into the cream and it's not sweetened at all, it feels a bit weird.
Again, a generous amount of really good rose water, yes? A tablespoon?
Yeah, roughly a tablespoon. Would anyone like to crystallize some rose petals before they fly away? Michelle, come over. This is fun.
Yeah.
So this is egg whites. And you can use a little brush.
Yeah.
And just a very kind of light coating on both sides, yeah. And then the other side. You know what, it's so windy and they're going everywhere.
I'm just trapping all the petals in my hand.
So let's just pop them straight into the oven, which will kind of give us a bit of protection. Yeah. And then we'll just do them one at a time. This is fun. Not. Thank you. This is real teamwork here, right? And as they dry out, they get this really beautiful, they turn from red to purple, which we'll see a little later.
You can use rose petals from your garden, assuming you haven't been spraying.
Yes, you can use a rose petal from the garden. It should take between 20 minutes to half an hour at 80 degrees. And then you just judge when they're nice and crisp and beautiful. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, Michelle. Nice work.
I'm just going to take it out.
Oh, what a wonderful color.
It smells good, doesn't it?
Oh, it smells amazing.
And as soon as it comes out, like we said, we're going to put this lemony, rosy syrup on it. And you just kind of go. It also soaks so much better when the cake is hot. So you need to soak it all up really, really nicely. Otherwise, it's not going to be sweet enough. Pistachios are here. I'm putting them on now because they're going to stick better if you put them on with the syrup still hot. So by the time the cake cools down, you could just take it out without all the pistachios falling out. Let's get it out of the tin.
Okay.
Oh, how nice are those? Look how they turned from a red to beautiful, like a burgundy, purpley color. You can sprinkle them evenly. I like to kind of huddle them in the middle. How nice is that? Okay, guys, so this is my pistachio and rose semolina cake. I'm proud. Are you proud? Are you proud of me?
I'm so proud of you. You've done an amazing job, and you can definitely stay.
We are gonna get Ben, Ray, and Michelle to come try the cake.
Oh, that is...
So good.
Oh, I love that one big piecey.
Oh,
There we go.
how beautiful and soaked through is that?
That was so pretty.
That cream is good.
Oh my god.
Is that not the best reaction you'd ever get to something you made? That is fantastic.
It's brilliant.
Spontaneous laughter is fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love how balanced it is. And how like the cake is just soaked in syrup and then you put like the zing from the cream.
It's beautiful.
It's
After the
perfectly
cream
balanced.
goes, you just get that beautiful taste through.
Yeah.
Now, the first thing that we're going to need to do is make a savoury anglaise, so then we can add our oysters to create this oyster ice cream base. Right, so 6 egg yolks, 100 grams of isomalt, 15 grams of tapioca multidextrin, 30 grams of milk powder, 5 grams of stabiliser, and we've got our wet ingredients. 535 milk, 140 mils of cream. Okay, so basically we've got our dry and wet ingredients, 9 minutes, 85 degrees, and basically we're cooking out the anglaise, yeah, in simple terms. Now, while that's happening, I'm gonna show you how to shuck an oyster properly. I take a cloth and roll it up and create a little, sort of a little wedge for the oyster to sit on. I then protect my left hand from what we call the shucking knife. Now, this isn't about force, this is about finding the sweet spot. It's finding that little spot where it's just gonna pop the oyster open and not damage the inside as well. Okay, now at that point, I've just lifted the lid. Now I want to use the blade of the knife to open it up. All right, and there we go. I then remove the inductor muscle off the bottom of the shell, and there we have it. Right, what I want to do is just gently steam a couple of these oysters in their own shell. So what we'll do is we'll grab a couple of these. Now I've got a little bit of foil there, and that will basically create a little sockle so they stand up. Now I've got a little bit of water on the bottom as well. So what we've made here is a little butter with Worcestershire, Tabasco, and a little bit of miso. So a little slice on each oyster. And that's gonna melt and give it some real yummy flavour. So basically I want to put the lids back on because I want to steam the oyster in its own little house. Pop that on to steam for about 4 to 5 minutes. Now, our anglaise, that's cooked. You can see it's already thickened. Then from here, we cool this mixture down. So we've got 17 shucked oysters in here, including their own juice. Cook this for 1 hour at 72 degrees. So we've got our anglaise that we cooked, we've cooled it down. Now we're going to add our oysters. blend that. So there is our oyster anglaise base.
George, just a question with your anglaise mixture, you use isomalt.
Yeah.
Is that just because it's not as sweet, but it's
It's
still...
an invert sugar.
Yeah.
So it's going to give it that nice softness and also a little bit of sweetness, not too much. It's a really minimal sweetness in isomalt, which is fantastic. So our anglaise, that will go now into your churner. Churn until it's really nice and soft. I've already done this. So our oyster ice cream's in the freezer, ready to go. Our oysters are poached, and you can tell that because all we wanted to do is let the butter melt. And I know as soon as that butter melts, that oyster's going to be cooked. Now look at that. That just... Oh my gosh. That's really delicious. All right, we'll just set that aside. Now, what I want to go with this dish, I've got apple that I've made into little circles and compressed with passion fruit because I want that tartness, all right? And I've also got this incredible leaf called an oyster leaf because it tastes like an oyster. Let's pop these. Oh. Some olive oil. And then we'll just start to play. I've got some breadcrumbs here. I'll put some of these down because I want to put the quenelle on there.
What kind of breadcrumbs?
Just the brown bread. Same bread that I smashed up. I sliced really thin into rounds and toasted it off. Now our oyster. And look how plump that is and beautiful.
Wow.
Some apple puree. And of course, we've got to have caviar. We're going all out here. It's a celebration. Right, some of our little discs of apple. Bread crisps. Our oyster leaves. And all I want to do is spray the leaves with Tabasco. Just give them a bit of pepperiness, but not too much. This is all about detail, yeah? That's what finals week will be all about, detail. All right? Okay. Now, ice cream.
Oh my God.
And we'll just some of this beautiful passion fruit that was sitting in with the apple. Right, there you have it. So who wants to taste this? Matt, Mimi, come up.
Yum. Oh my God. That's so good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it what you expected?
No. It's really weird. It's so savoury.
Yeah.
Then you've got the the tangy of that one there and the passion fruit.
Right, there you have it. First things first, we need to prepare this coconut, okay? Now we're going to use pretty much every single part of this coconut, even the husk, all right? First things first, we need to open it. Now, don't let the kids do this at home, all right? Okay, but basically we need to get it open to get that water out, which we'll use.
So just right down on the heel of the knife?
That's right, use the heel of the knife. And there you have it, yeah? I love this stuff because it's so natural but so good for you, that water.
So refreshing.
So refreshing, great for hydration, and also great to cook with, all right? That gets used to make this little blackberry coulis. All I take is blackberries, some of that water, and blend it up. Nothing else. No, no sugar or anything else. What I have added to this is a couple of drops of balsamic vinegar, okay? All right, now we just need to split this in half, all right?
He's done this before.
Okay. So we split it literally in half, all right? Now this is the bit where we make calamari. Now, we've taken a spoon and we've basically put a little edge on that spoon with a grinder, all right? That's to be able to get the flesh of the coconut out gently, all right? So it's really sharp.
Oh, that's cool. So you're taking it off in one piece if you
That's
can.
that's right. And you just got to take your time. Yeah, you want it intact. You don't want any holes. There we go. And now at this point here, we just need to clean it up. First things first, we'll trim off the edges. So working very gently with the blade of your knife to create this nice little strip of calamari. At this point, obviously, what do we do to calamari?
Score it.
We score it, that's right. So, just using the weight of the knife, not too deep, and turn it around. And we'll go the other way. And there you have it.
That's so cool. Wow.
Calamari. Yeah. All right, so that's our calamari, and we're just going to set that aside. Now, you're probably asking me, you said use the whole coconut, George. Well, obviously, salt and pepper calamari like that has a little sprinkle of pepper, yeah? So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you, is I take the husk of the young coconut, and I put this in a low oven overnight, 40, 50 degrees, and dry it out. And what I end up is with that there. Right, now, what you do is take a blowtorch and we burn all the bits of this coconut. Right, that's it. That's actually original black food colouring. That's how they used to make it in the old days. So it looks black, doesn't taste like charcoal at all. We powder that up with star anise to give it a lovely aniseed flavour, and then pop it in a little bag here. I'm going to put this aside and use it a little later. John, come around. All right. Okay, so first things first, this little blackberry coulis. Do you want to snip a few of those berries?
Those berries look so delicious.
They're beautiful, aren't they? So we've got blackberries, blueberries, boysenberries, raspberries, of course.
So you're just using the coconut water to sweeten take the tartness out of the berry?
That's it.
And the balsamic brings out the sweetness, doesn't it?
Balsamic in there will bring out the sweetness, and as well as that, we've taken some of that puree, some more balsamic, and made a little balsamic and blackberry jelly, okay? It is wonderful. Again, blackberry sorbet, literally that puree there, churned.
I love that, just like replicating the same flavour, but just in three different textures.
Three different textures. All right, our calamari goes in. We've got some of these beautiful little flowers. When you're in the pantry, look beyond what everyone else is looking at, and as well as at the garden, because some of those fronds that are growing on things like fennel, they're just wonderful, and I love using that. And then finally, a little powder, our little pepper.
Oh, that's clever.
Cool.
Yeah? That's beautiful. Well, there you go, guys. Coconut calamari, blackberry sauce. John, tasting. Here you go. Here you go, guys. Here, I'll cut the calamari up for you. You would think it was poached calamari, wouldn't you? Off you go. That's beautiful. Jessica, Stephen, what do you think?
It's really lovely because the berries are just really up the front, and for me, I think when I order coconut in a dessert, I'm usually expecting that really kind of like fake pina colada naff kind of coconut, where it's just that really lovely subtle texture.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering.
And the gel's nice as well. You've got just that little surprise there from the texture.